What is the most dangerous attack you have seen?
In 2015, Russian attacker has created beautiful malware we call the black energy malware.
You are securing a data center, okay, and then you are securing a power plant. How they both will be different?
So whenever I walk in a data center, so we have well-designed architecture. We have the multiple security control we can imply in this data center. But wherever comes in OT, it's very difficult. By 2035, as you said, so after 10 years or 9 years, we are thinking. So again, indirectly or directly, we are contributing to the GDP.
At this moment today, as it stands, do you trust AI in IoT systems?
SOC has not, because SOC was not there in OT side, so no alert was generated in the SOC. Okay, so now attackers silently sit in this OT network. Again, 2-3 months they learn the complete OT network because no segmentation was there. Ideally, they reach out at all the area. They will perform the 2-3 attacks simultaneously, not only one attack. So 3 attacks they perform during the same day, and they open the circuit breaker and creating the blackout. So that is a major outage, or we called major OT incident in the world, where attacker intention was not only the money. Your intention was to disruption the business, geopolitical issue, and impact the human or citizen life.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the GB show. We have done almost more than 90 episodes and have been talking about information technology and security all over. But when we talk about today about India, and we are looking into how the infrastructure and technology is growing here, and we look forward for the 2035 mark, there is a one important thing, that is how our plants are working, how the operational technology is evolving, how AI, autonomous and everything is coming in, but the critical infrastructure is growing. We are talking about smart cities. We are talking about digital transformation. We are using all ADAS 2, 3, which is coming in all our, vehicles. We are going to talk about robotics and lot of those things which we are using in our plants, SCADA, PLCs, and lot many things. But how we need to have our people ready for that security? What are the technology priorities for those kind of infrastructure to secure them? How to build the robust processes and resilience around that? Where to invest and how much to invest in those technologies? So a lot of questions coming to us, and that is what I want to answer in my today's podcast. So yes, with me, I would like all of you to welcome Divan Rai Maghia. He is a head of cybersecurity and CISO for Adani Green Energy Limited. So we are going to deep dive into the discussion on OT security with him. Let's start the conversation. Hi Divan, welcome to the GB show.
Yeah, thank you for having me here.
कहते हैं ना देर आए दुरुस्त आए. Both times I was waiting for you. So one of my good friend guys in Ahmedabad, but it took like almost 2 years to get him on the show. I hope that we will get a lot of good information from you. Okay. So Divan, maybe to start with, I would like to know, today there is a whole buzz around OT, and you have been now working in the OT environment. But for my audience to start with, or think like people who are not aware about what OT is all about, and let's say if you want to make your family understand, because they know IT, but what is OT? In a simple word, how you define OT for my audience. So my audience is all yours.
Yep.
Yeah.
So good. First of all, thank you, Gaurav, for having me here. And like OT, okay, first of all, let's start with the full form, okay. People called operational theater, but I called is operational technology, okay. So it's a similar word, but yes, for layman language, like OT, generally we play with the machine, instrument. Whenever you are going for shopping, you find the conveyor belt. Whenever you are traveling in airport, you find the baggage management system and all. Even in house, okay, we have nowadays AC, TV, okay, refrigerator. We are controlling through mobile application. So this is called the OT, operational technology, and IoT devices. So more on the physical system managed through the digital technology, which is called the operation technology. So it's not only at the manufacturing level, at the utility level, transportation level, even at the home, we have the IoT device as well. So this all the technology comes under the OT bucket. It's different from the IT. Generally in IT, we call the information technology. We play with the data. Here we are playing with the machine.
Fair enough. And playing with machines. So what was your first experience of playing with machine? I will call in that way. So when you got exposed to the OT.
Correct. So before this current role with Adani, before I was there in SCL where my client was the Volvo. Okay. And that time I visited a factory and I got the idea about the OT and OT security part. Okay. Before that, earlier in my career days, I had worked in IT majority and IT security. But in that previous role, I had got the opportunity to work in the OT industry. So I visited the factory. Here in Adani also, I visited my power plant. So now, day by day, I'm working with the operation technology more compared to the IT. So first day in OT, when I visited the factory location or plant location, it's completely different experience than IT. In IT, we have the AC room, we have the rack, we have the sophisticated sofas, chair and all. But in OT, it's completely different experience. Okay. Whenever comes the security in the picture, we have to manage the security of OT is again different experience. Okay. IT security is like earlier days we had worked on the IT security. So I have the idea about the IT security. But OT security is again complete different experience because priority is different in OT. In IT, generally priority is the confidentiality. But here in OT, we call the safety and availability is a priority. So different protocol, different team, different experience. Okay. And the field experience. This is called the OT.
And what is the most surprising factor for you while coming from IT to OT? Okay, that sometimes you feel like, oh, I have not thought about this. Maybe this is something different or something like that.
So in OT generally, in IT generally, we are implementing multiple control and security first concept we are developing. But in OT, generally we have to understand the business first. And surprising factor is like no mature security at OT industry as of now in the world as compared to the IT. Okay. So surprisingly, I saw that authentication was not properly configured. Confidentiality is not there, integrity is not there, availability is not there. So they meant for the business, they meant for the operational continuity. OT meant for the process continuation. They're not meant for the security. And their device built for the legacy device or built for the 15 or 20 years of the aging of the device. Okay. So now IT device aging is 5 to 8 years. But wherever OT device meant for the 15 to 20 years. So they are not changing the device. So we observe the legacy device as well. And then question comes in a mind like how to secure this device. Legacy device, traditional process, operational continuity is a priority. Business has generating the revenue from the process and the operation. Safety is important. Then it's very important for the CISO how to secure this kind of the structure in OT environment.
Okay, fair enough. And so lot of things when we talk about OT, so like all our manufacturing units we have already talked about, the plants are there, even power plants if I talk about. So how you go about like if I want to say you are securing a data center, okay, and then you are securing a power plant. So how they both will be different? So what different strategies you will like to put it on over there?
Correct. So earlier days I had experience most in state data center of India. So I have both the side of the experience like data center versus the
That
plant.
is why I will like to know that what changed.
So in data center generally, as I earlier said, play with the servers, storage, data backup and all. Okay. So in data center, priority is the information, priority is the data. Okay. Here in OT, priority is the operation and safety. Okay, resilience is more important in OT. Like business want to know how quickly we can recover my operation if cyber incident occur. Okay, over there we worried about the ransomware, client trust, reputation. This kind of the parameter we'll observe in the IT or data center side. But in OT, again, it's not like plain vanilla. I can apply the firewall, segmentation, all the IT control we can implement in the OT. So both the side, defensive side and offensive, is very different in OT as well as IT. So whenever I walk in a data center, so we have well-designed architecture. We have the multiple security control we can imply in this data center. But wherever comes in OT, it's very difficult. We have to collaborate with the operation team. We have to collaborate with the engineering team. We have to collaborate with the plant team, and then take the decision. It's not like cybersecurity alone can take the decision and apply the control. So OT is a collaborative nature where we have to apply the control in the plant and maintain the security. But in data center side, generally CISO discuss with the CIO and apply the control because there is no business impact. Okay, we'll get the downtime as well. Here in OT or plant side or power industry will not get the downtime because here we are creating the secure electron, not a green electron. Okay, so I always say it like we are building not only the green electron in the renewable energy, we are creating the secure electron as well. Okay, so yeah, it's a different experience, both the side, data center as well as the power industry.
So you were mentioning a lot of operational side on the PowerPoint, like, when the OT say. Then who actually owns it? So it's a CISO who owns the security or operations team who owns the security?
Okay. No, it's not like that. Single person or single entity or single department can own the security in OT side. Generally in IT side, CISO is all over responsible. But in OT side is again, collaborative nature is important. It's not like single CISO or single operation team can accountable or responsible for the OT security. So here like 3-4 team work together and take the decision during the disruption, during the incident. So like operation team, engineering team, business leader and the CISO. Okay, so CISO managing the cyber risk, whereas operation team managing the process continuity during the incidents. So whenever any incident occur, we have to not first call to the SOC team. In IT, generally, first we call the SOC team and identify the root cause. In OT, is not like that. First, we have to call to the operation team, plant in charge, and think about the safety part and the process continuity part. Okay. Not directly jump into the root cause analysis or the respond to the attacker. Okay. First, we have to think for the process continuity and safety part. So it's a collaborative decision while the incident. Okay.
And have you ever come across that operations teams want to deploy something, but you say as a CISO, no, this is not allowed?
Oh, okay. Yeah, in earlier days, cyber practice or the CISO generally meet for the saying the no to the technology team, to the digital team. But gradually, I learned these things in these industries. Okay, when become the leader, then I understand. We don't say directly no to anyone. Okay, so cyber is now not a no department. Instead of that, I build the how department. Okay, so now I'm not saying the no, but instead of that, I discuss with the operation team and engineering team and discuss how we can implement these tools and technology securely, and it will be the business enabler. It's not like I can say
that
directly
is there.
no.
We know that as a security we want to do, but my idea is like any time you said no, or maybe hold it for 6 months or 3 months, we'll see the alternatives.
No, instead of this, I said the word pause. Okay. So I cannot say no, but instead of that, I have to think in the different way. Like I give the example. Say, for example, they are providing the remote to the vendor. They are sitting in multiple country. Okay. So nowadays they are not coming into plant and doing the patching things. So they want to give the TeamViewer or AnyDesk kind of the software to provide the remote access to the user. So I cannot say don't use the TeamViewer. Instead of this, I say like let's implement the secure remote access. So your vendor, and I'll give the SOP training to the vendor and the operation team, so they can adopt this technology and provide a remote to the vendor. So instead of the no, I generally identify the tools and technology or process or even training we have to provide to the people so they can adopt this technology and business work in the secure way. Okay.
And with this remote thing, as you have mentioned, right? Don't you think that OT environment is getting exposed more to the external world? Something like or the threat landscape is increasing because of that? What's your take on that?
Yeah, definitely, Gaurav. Because here in OT, nowadays we call Industry 4.0, we call the digitalization, we call the digital transformation. So nowadays we cannot say OT industry running in the silos in air gap nature. So nowadays OT is already integrated with the IT, and we are fetching the data from the machinery and forwarding that data to the cloud. So digital transformation is KRA for CDO, and the CISO KRA is to secure this digital transformation. So nowadays I think this OT industries is not like air gap. Okay, so we are fetching the data, forwarding to the cloud, and doing the analytics, doing the smart factories. We are doing the predictive maintenance, preventive maintenance of the machine, efficiency of the plant, uptime of the plant. So these are the parameters are there. That's why OT is connected to IT, and that's why attacker landscape is also increased. Threat landscape also increase, because all the OT is not directly exposed to the internet, but VIA is exposed to the internet.
Exactly.
So if any phishing mail received to the IT laptop, through lateral movement, it can enter into my OT network. So yeah, it's exposing to the internet indirectly. Okay, and that's why we have to secure this kind of the communication.
And let me put like, okay, I have a manufacturing unit which have a full-fledged OT, and I'm a big company. I'm giving you 100 crores, and I want you to secure my infra and stuff. So where you will spend, and how you will spend.
Okay, this is good budget first of all, Gaurav.
Yeah, exactly.
In OT.
You do it because I understand security. You do it.
Okay, so generally we are not getting such kind of the budget, 100 crore in OT only. But yeah, you said in OT you are giving the 100 crore. First of all, thank you for giving the 100 crore. And now for this 100 crore, okay, I'll not like invest in all in technology. First of all, this is the thumb rule. ऐसा नहीं है कि 100 crore दिया सब tools technology खरीद के आया. It's not like that. Okay, so I'll not buy all the in the tools and technology. So I'll divide this investment in capex, opex, and in multiple area. So I call these three things: people, process, and technology. So I divide into these three area. Okay, technology, yes, obviously is required for the security. So I invest 25 to 30% in the technology as well. Second investment in a cyber resilience part as well. So generally I call the risk to resilience. So whatever cyber risk are there, up to the resilience part, how we can quickly recover my business during the interruption. Okay, so in the backup technology, in the tabletop exercise, in the recovery, clean room recovery technology. So in the resilience part, I also invest some 20 to 25%. Okay, because board will ask the same question. Okay, Divan, how many incidents are there? This is not interest area for the board. So board will ask, or CEO will ask, how quickly you can recover my business. Okay, and how confidently you can recover my business. Okay, so this is the trust I have to build in my organization. Nowadays, CISO is not called CISO, it's called the CTO, Chief Trust Officer. So we have to build the trust with the board or the CEO, so they can rely on me, they can trust on me. Kuch bhi hoga to Divan hai. They can recover my business within 5 hours, within 1 day. How quickly we can recover. So that's why nowadays we talk the resilience part. Even most of the compliance also talk about the resilience. They are not more talking about the cybersecurity and protection part. So some investment I'll do in a resilience side. Third parameter is like in my team building and people management. Okay, so I'll build the strong team in the cybersecurity. So I invest some amount in the team building, team empowerment, and learning of the team as well. So this is the third. Fourth, as I said, process wise. So whatever manual SOPs are there during the resilience, during the ransomware simulation kind of the activity, in this kind of the process, I'll strengthen at my organization. So I invest some amount in the process side as well. Okay, so this is the area, people, process, technology, where I distribute this 100 crore amount and provide the KPI to my board after investment. Otherwise, they will ask.
If I'm giving you the 100 crore, so I'm your board, right?
Yeah.
So you're saying technology 25-30%. I will like to see, because it's not just firewalls, right? It's beyond firewalls. What all in those 20-30%? So like, technology in OT. What are the things you think from the priorities? The very first priority will be what technology, then second, third, fourth. Okay. And maybe if you have the budget left, then you will go for fifth, sixth, eighth as well.
Correct.
So like, this is my priority one. this is priority 2, and if my budget left, this is something I will, that's a luxury which I will like to do.
Correct.
So I will like to know those 3 things.
Okay, so Guru, so you say like in 25-30% in the technology. Again, I have to bifurcate this technology in the priority wise. So first of all, based on the cybersecurity assessment, I'll perform at OT environment. Without assessment, I will not get the idea. So based on the assessment, I'll get the idea about the gap in my OT environment. Okay, then I'll start with the asset visibility always. So in OT, always first investment we have to do in a asset visibility. Because IT asset visibility is very easy compared to the OT because different protocol are there in OT environment. Okay, so we have to do the visibility of the assets.
Okay,
we have the SCADA, we have PLC, RTU, relay, so many things are there. So as for the Purdue level, whatever device are there in my plant, that discovery is very much important. Okay, so first investment in the discovery tool. After the discovery, without discovery, we cannot do the segmentation as well. I secure my architecture as per the Purdue, and then we have to invest in the segmentation part because again resilience come in a picture.
Yeah,
if anything occur, it will impact on the my smaller portion in the environment, not the larger portion. So second investment in the segmentation as well. Third investment is my vulnerability management in OT and the threat detection.
Okay,
so I'll invest something in the OT SOC related and the vulnerability management. So this is ultimately manage my risk. Okay, threat, vulnerability multiplied by consequence. So this is my risk definition. So I'll implement something for the threat detection is OT SOC and vulnerability management tool. So these two are very much important to reduce my OT security risk. Okay, so these are my high priority. Okay. So like firewall is IT OT segregation, asset visibility, segmentation, and the detection part and vulnerability management part. This is my high priority for earlier budget. Okay, if remaining is there, then I'll think for the endpoint security because it's compatible or not in the SCADA. We have to think. So endpoint security is important. Authentication, multi-factor authentication, and zero trust is also important. So if budget left, then I go for the zero trust, I go for the EDR, I go for the multi-factor authentication in OT environment.
Okay, so that's how that's actually great way of doing it. So
Yes.
so you have a very clear visibility over there.
Yeah.
So now you were talking about the SOC, right? So how important the SOC for OT? So do you think the SOC which we have for IT should be extended for OT, or you want to have a separate SOC, or should be an autonomous SOC? How you think it will work for OT?
Yeah. So two things. One is you use the word autonomous. So generally, autonomous is important for the OT because it's prioritize, it's accelerate the alert. Okay, but not complete autonomous. I'll use the SOC in the OT because I use the human intervention also to take the critical decision. So it's not 100% autonomous SOC I use for the OT side. Okay, instead of that, human-centric autonomous SOC, I'll use the word. Okay. So some critical decision will take by the human only because it's again related to my safety, is related to my reliability. So that's why human intervention is always required in a SOC level. SOC AI or the autonomous SOC cannot take the automation decision like open the circuit breaker. They cannot take the decision to performing any command in the relay. So that's why human intervention required for the response part. Detection part is fine. They can do very well. Few level respond like blocking the IP in the firewall. They can do that. But not all the decision of the respond will not take by the autonomous SOC. So I'll not inside of the autonomous SOC level, but instead of that, human-centric autonomous SOC is very much useful. Now come to the IT and OT SOC. So I suggested both should be the different SOC together, and it's after maturity it should be the integrated. Okay, so then after you can call unified SOC. Initial level you have to build the different SOC platform, and because yours IT SOC people and the analysts are the different, OT SOC analysts are the different. They have the idea about the confidentiality, integrity, and availability. But here side, the people should understand the OT environment first. They have the idea about the availability is a priority. They have the understanding of the OT protocol. So both the teams are different. IT analyst cannot understand the OT analyst role. Okay, so both the teams are separate. he has the idea about the how much time required to respond any alert. So here SLA is different, here SLA is different.
Exactly.
So here within 1 minute we have to pick the action. Within 1 day we have to pay the critical vulnerability. But here is different things. Here 2 days required to fix the critical vulnerability whenever we get the downtime. So initially both the SOC should be the separate, both the teams should be the separate. And down the time, once the OT SOC become mature with the use case and all, then it should be integrated somewhere. So I'll get the idea about the lateral movement for IT to OT. But yes, initially it should be the different one. So
Fair enough.
Yep.
So autonomous SOC, you said that right now you will not believe, but many OT tools, either it's a security or it's like related to IoT devices which we are coming, and they are coming inbuilt AI systems. We have seen many examples where everyone is implementing. So what's your take at this moment today as it stands? Do you trust AI in IoT systems?
yeah. So AI is there in IoT. Nowadays AI is not a buzzword nowadays. Okay. AI is used in IT and OT. So I say the AI will be there in OT.
So you trust
I
AI
trust
with
the
the
AI.
system?
Yeah,
Okay.
I completely give the respect to the AI. It's not like we don't use the AI. As I said earlier, I will not say no to anyone. It's a new technology, we have to adapt. Even I am not adapting at the security side. Digital team is already adapting the AI.
Yeah.
Okay, so for digital transformation journey of the business, without AI, they cannot do. So they are already using the AI. Through AI, they can identify my plant generation. They will get the idea about my revenue generation, material management, people management. So they are using the AI. Now, same side, I have to also use the AI in the cyber side to quick detection, to identify the threat actor. Okay, to identify the large data lakes of the logs. So I have to use the AI. Without AI, I cannot identify or detect the threat actor in my OT SOC. Okay, but I said like not completely AI will work in OT. Human centric is again important to take the decision. Okay, so AI is like buddy partner. Or I can say the AI is our supportive partner. So it's a force multiplier. I called Gaurav for OT. Okay, so whatever my team size is there in OT, so 10, 20 people. So these are the force multiplier.
Okay.
But human is also required. Yeah, so AI is there. I'm not saying AI is not required in OT. So it will
Good.
solve the multiple business problem.
That's how we are living, but
Yep.
that's what your job is, right? So as you said, business will come, operations will come.
Yeah.
AI, you will say, okay, pause, let me secure it, right? So that's how it's gonna be. But taking it forward, like, if I see from OT, what is the most dangerous attack you have seen? Any case study you like to share, or if when you have seen through case study, then what was the modus operandi, and if you have actually looked into your infrastructure and see if that should not happen to your infrastructure, and you have fixed or created something like on that. So
Yeah,
maybe end to end some case study if you like to share.
So nowadays, in the world, we are talking about the OT security and all. So it's not like only theory part. It's completely practical. It's not like only on the paper. It's not only at a country level. It's a national critical infrastructure risk, we called. Okay, so many incidents occur in the past in OT side. I'll give one use case for specific to my industry, which is the energy industry or utility industry, where we are generating the power, and we are the largest power producer in India. Okay, in a renewable side. So we have the large portfolios. So whenever we are growing in this massive scale, okay, like Adani is growing in this field in renewable energy, and right now we are at a 20 gigawatt portfolio and massively scale in the India level. So yeah, I'll give the one use case study. Like in 2015, Russian attacker has created beautiful malware we call the black energy malware. So they spread across the Ukraine, and they are planning for down Ukraine power grid. Okay, so they had sent the malicious file, Excel file with enable the back row and this black energy malware inside that. So one of the user in this Ukraine power grid has opened that mail. So this is the initial foothold when Russian attacker enter into this Ukraine power grid. Okay, and this is related to the purely power grid related attack. Okay, it's not IT related. So once they enter into this network via Excel or phishing mail, okay, they gain the foothold in this particular IT system, okay, and then they try to laterally move in this IT network first. So they had identified the multiple system with privilege access, okay, so they select the privilege access as well, and they laterally move one system to another system, and also identify the misconfiguration in the IT/OT firewall. So wherever traffic going from the IT to OT, they have the firewall, but they have the misconfiguration in IT/OT firewall. So attacker laterally move from the IT to OT as well. Okay, it's not like within one day. They have be there in the environment for 6 months. Okay, and identify this multiple loopholes in the Ukraine power grid. So they laterally move from the IT to OT via this firewall misconfiguration, and then gain the access of the SCADA system as well, because at the layer 3 they have this operator workstation, engineering workstation. Through that they have the no segmentation between this Purdue level 3 and Purdue level 2. So engineering workstation, operator workstation to the SCADA, they have the direct communication. So they don't have the segmentation. So they gain the foothold in the SCADA system as well. Okay, they have the created backdoor in the SCADA system. So during that time, SOC has not, because SOC was not there in OT side, so no alert was generated in the SOC. Okay, so now attackers silently sit in this OT network. Again, 2-3 months they learn the complete OT network, because in the power plant you will find multiple things. Okay, not only one SCADA. In the power plant you will find the turbine SCADA as well. You will find the substation SCADA as well. So they learn all the OT environment for 3 to 4 months in OT network. Okay, because no segmentation was there. No endpoint detection was there. No OT SOC was there. So ideally they reach out at all the area. Then parallelly they will perform the 2-3 attacks simultaneously, not only one attack. So one attack is, this is a ransomware one in OT level. Second, they open the circuit breaker through the relay, because one day they get the access of the relay. Relay is a sensing device. They can open the circuit breaker in the power grid. Okay, so before creating the blackout, they get the access of the relay as well. Third, they perform the DDoS attack on this communication system. So end user cannot call to this power grid station. Even power grid people cannot talk to the outside. So parallelly they perform the DOS attack on the communication system as well. So this is again second attack they perform in this DOS. Third attack they perform, after performing all the attack, they clean or wipe out all the SCADA systems. They wipe out all the relays. So they will not get the evidence as well. So third attack they perform is a wipeout. So 3 attack they perform during the same day, and they open the circuit breaker and creating the blackout. So 2 million plus house were blackout for the 24 hours. So complete blackout they created. And then they resilient in this manual process. Okay, so they start the manual process. They close the circuit breaker manually because relay were not work. Okay, so they work in a manual way and they recover the power generation. But at least 24 hours impact was there in the power shutdown. So you assume 24-hour power down in any country, it will impact the hospital where patients are there, in MRI machine, in CT scan machine, where banking industries are there, they are running with the power. So you think impact. If 24-hour power is not there in India, what will be the impact? We can assume that. Okay. Exactly. So that is a major outage, or we called major OT incident in the world, where attacker intention was not only the money. Your intention was to disruption the business, geopolitical issue, and impact the human or citizen life. So that was the motive of the attacker. Your lesson learned for me, or in power industries, cybersecurity leader, like multiple control, people process technology, we have to learn from such kind of the incident. First is like mail gateway security or our attack surface reduction. That is the first incident, first learning. Because your incident occurred because of the malicious file received on this user laptop and they download on that. So first is like mail gateway security, we have to think. Second lesson learned is awareness of the people. So phishing simulation, training part of the user is also important. So I'll tell you the multiple control based on the MITRE framework. So one is the initial access. So during the initial access, we have to think for the training part. We have to think for the phishing simulation. We have to think for the mail gateway security. Then after, we have to think for the lateral movement prevention. So here EDR has not detected in IT systems, say for example, because they laterally move from IT to OT. Third lesson learned is like firewall configuration. We think we have segregated logically through IT to OT via firewall, but we are not thinking about this misconfiguration. So 90% of the case occur through the misconfiguration. It's not like the patching of the firewall. So generally, if they find any rule in this firewall, so they can enter into IT to OT. So third lesson learned is securing the perimeter of the OT. Is IT OT firewall, we have to think. Fourth is like detection part in OT. They don't have the OT SOC, so they have not detect any signal at the central side. So OT SOC is important. If attacker is moving in the laterally in this OT environment, at least SOC should detect, okay? Because they sit in 3 or 4 months in environment. During that time, either ADR should send the alert or either SOC should generate the alert. So at least we'll get the idea about someone is there in a OT environment. Fourth is segmentation in OT. Okay, micro segmentation is not there. They can laterally move from the control level to the process level to the safety level easily. In our industry, these all are segmented. Last is our safety system, we called SIS. So safety system is also integrated with this process system. It should be the segregated. Process system and the safety system should be the segregated, but it was not there over there. So we have to think about the segmentation in OT. And last but not least is the response part. How quickly kick out the threat actor from the network.
Okay.
So this resilience part is more important. Okay, so we should have the tabletop exercise. We should have the drill of such kind of the simulation. We have to perform the policy and process level implementation. So this resilience part was not there. So this is the last lesson is a resilient. If something happen, then how quickly we can recover the business, okay? Or how quickly we can recover the power grid through manual process. So each and every people in the plant should be aware about this manual process. It's not like one day I'll provide the paper to them and they can read and provide the manual process. So it should like the practice. We have to perform multiple drill, multiple practice to the power operator. So during such kind of the incident, they'll be the ready mentally and physically how to recover my power grid, okay, through manual process. So these are the lesson learned for the audience, like how we can secure our organization in OT environment based on such kind of the incident, okay.
Wow, I think quite extensive case study and lot of learning out of this. And today we have seen most of that study you are talking about 2015, and I see that even many organizations still not prepare for
Correct.
this, right, which can happen. And now, as you have rightly mentioned that attackers are not behind money, but they want to do the disruption, and disruption will happen by attacking the critical infrastructure, right?
Correct.
And we look into India's story, right? We are talking about smart cities. We are talking about getting everything digitally to the citizens, and then we are going to have our power plants and everything on the thing. Like, so if looking into forward for 2035, and if I need to start securing now, so what is something you are doing or preparing yourself for now?
Okay. So like these power industries, generally we are contributing to the GDP, Gaurav. And right now our GDP is like $4 trillion.
Yeah.
350 lakh crore, I can say that. GDP is a summation of all the salary we call the GDP. Okay. So manufacturing, utility, pharmaceutical, agriculture, this all parameter contribute in the GDP. Okay. So this power industry is also contributing into the GDP. So by 2035, as you said, so after 10 years or 9 years, we are thinking, so again, indirectly or directly, we are contributing to the GDP. If we want to reach at the second or third place in this economy, right now we are at 6th position, okay. But if we want to reach at the third position, so cyber security in the power industry, cyber security in the national critical infrastructure in India, again is a very much important parameter, okay. So some decision we have to take right now, so we can secure our national critical infrastructure by 2035, and directly or indirectly we can contribute to the GDP as well, okay. Then we can reach up to the third level or the second level. But for that, some hard decision, some solution we have to implement right now. It's not like only CISO or cyber leader can take the decision, but we have to sit with the business leader, we have to sit with the board and think about the resilience part. We have to think about the cybersecurity in OT environment, because now cybersecurity, initial days we called this is the information leak or data leak, but now board also understand, or the business also understand, or the CEO also understand this is the business problem. It's not only cybersecurity problem or IT problem. It's purely business problem. If anything happen via cybersecurity, then it will impact my generation of the plant. And we lose the per day revenue as well. Okay, so one is the revenue impact as well as the citizen impact as well. Assume that somewhere in Mumbai, say for example, it create a blackout for the 3 hours, 4 hours. What will be the impact? Okay,
Exactly.
so it's very high. So now CEO and business also understand the risk. That's why there is this risk is incorporated in the ERM, enterprise risk management. And during the board meeting, we discussed the cyber risk as well. So if we want to secure OT industry by 2035, board, CEO, CISO, and the CFO all work together and take some decision how to secure OT industry. As you provide 100 crore budget earlier, some budget we require to secure this OT industry. Okay, because this is pure business risk. Okay, and we can create like OT security leader can create the resilient OT network. Okay, so it's operational resilience part only. It's not like separate resiliency. So cybersecurity is a part of the operation resilience. So this kind of the initiative we have to take in this 2026, and gradually we have to mature OT security. So at least by 2035, India proudly say that now our national critical infrastructure is very secure, resilient, and contribute to our GDP as well.
Fair enough. And I'll just come back to my 100 crore question again because
that's very attractive to me. 100 crore.
No, that's a last piece of the
Yep.
episode specifically because you talk about four things, so technology, process, people, and how you're going to. So when you were talking about people now, because we are seeing a lot of nuisance which going to happen in the OT environment with the security is a core challenge. But when you go to the colleges, the students are not even ready for IT security. And they have to be ready for the OT, right? And you mentioned specifically a chunk of good money you will spend on building a smartest and strongest team for yourself to, secure. So how you think the today's youth who is studying or anyone who is in IT or, because directly people are not ready for OT security, we have to train them. So what are the infrastructure we need? What are your vision? How we are training? How we can train them? And what will be your idea of building a strong team? So how you do? Maybe a collaboration with colleges, and if go, then what you should do? Because I have not seen colleges are investing much in OT security at this point of time. They are still lacking or very far behind in IT security as well. So what is your thought for 2035? So if we need to get ready there today, what we should be doing?
Great question, Gaurav. So here, always out of three components, people, process, technology, I always believe in the people. These two, technology plus process, might be compromised. But if we train the people, they can secure our environment. So this is a very good question, like how to secure or how to train our people. Okay. So nowadays, first of all, basic simple, they have to understand IT security first. Without understanding IT security, they cannot move into OT security. So as you said, IT security is also poor. Then first, multiple colleges or university providing the specification in IT cybersecurity course, like in BTech, MCA, MTech. So first of all, they have to learn about the IT security, all the fundamentals. Okay, prevention, detection, respond, recover. So this fundamental they have to understand along with the technology. Okay, so once they will get the idea about the IT security, then multiple university I saw in India right now, like NFSU is there in Ahmedabad, RRU is there, IIT, IIM. They had built the OT lab. Okay, and they had created the multiple pod structure where they can play with this PLC, SCADA, RTU. So multiple university nowadays in India, they are providing the OT security course along with the IT security. So this talent are building already in India. So in their course or curriculum, they have defined the particular OT security course. So they had collaborate with the industry like our Adani's or multiple industries. CISOs from the industries collaborate with this academia and design the course. In that course, generally, we designed OT as well as the IT security. So it's a 1 year or 2 years course. During that time, they have the hands-on also in this OT lab. Even Adani has also created the OT lab. So we encourage the student come at our place and work or do the hackathon in our OT lab as well. So this is already there. Yeah, I say it is not like mature level, but students are learning OT security along with the IT. But not only this graduation course or this university course is sufficient. Internship is also important. During the last year, they have to do internship in such kind of the company. So once they will do the internship for 3 months, 6 months, they will get idea about our plant. They will get idea about how businesses work. They will get the idea about how OT security will work. So in last 6 months, at least they require the internship in such kind of the college. Instead of doing the project, they have to do the internship in this infra company where we are focusing on the OT security. So they will get the majority as well. So this is the second step. Third step, at least don't think about the salary at initial stage. After graduating, we are thinking for the 50 lakh salary, 60 lakh salary. Don't think about salary. Do the work, learn the things, and then ask for the salary. This is my suggestion for the graduates. Okay, it's not like after graduating immediately ask the salary. They can then after they can do the job. It's not like that. They have to first learn this security, IT and OT, and then gradually they can ask the salary part as well. But whenever they join this any organization, they can think for the OT security maturely. Definitely they will learn a lot. Okay, and by 2030 or 2035, we will have the force ready in India. They can secure our national critical infrastructure. So training is very much important. If college are not providing such kind of the training, then I suggest the certification part. So parallelly, through work from home, they can do the certification. So one certification I suggest like the IC 62443.
Okay.
So they have the 4 certification. So let's start with this fundamental and risk assessment specialist certification of the IC 62443. In that certification, they will get the idea about the core component or core security in OT environment. So if college are not providing this such kind of the training, they can do the external certification as well. So once they will complete the certification, then internship, and then they will get the idea about the OT security, and they can create the roadmap in OT. So AI security, IT security, and OT security. Nowadays, this is a good combination to build the career, and it is the future. Okay. So this is my
amazing. I think extensively I hope the people have got the roadmap as well.
Yes.
And if someone like me wants to learn from OT, you have any provision or any labs or something which we can use?
Yeah. So as I said, Adani has created the very good lab in Gandhinagar in our head office. So whenever you are coming to the Ahmedabad or Gandhinagar, you visit our lab. So where we demonstrate this Ukraine power grid attack scenario, we'll demonstrate multiple attack, how it will impact on the citizen. So multiple use cases we had built for the airport, for the seaport, for thermal power, for renewable power. So through that, you will get the exact idea how OT security work in a nature and how OT protocols are work in a nature. So we had created the lab, and for you, again, this certification is very much important. And whenever you are discussing with the OT security leader like me, automatically you will get some knowledge, but you also require some and also you require some hands-on. Then multiple labs available, OT labs available. So in that you can perform the practical and create the roadmap in OT, but you don't require at least you're already settled and doing the
so means not for me, for others. So I have spent 5 years on OT security only.
Oh,
so
nice.
Mondelez International was full-fledged OT.
Yes.
So all over, I think in City we have set up in Chennai the big automated plant. So I have a good experience on that part. But getting from the leader who is currently working on that thing, and so now I call myself retired. Like 4 or 5 years back I stopped OT, and a lot of things has been changed. But anyways, it was great talking to you, Diwan. Amazing insights, and I hope my people have learned a lot from you. Thanks for your precious time, and thanks for giving all the insights,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
you're sharing your experience with
Thank
us.
you, Goromi. Yeah.
So
Thank you.
thanks, guys. I'll see you next time. Take care. Stay safe. Bye bye.